Morning. I'm gonna get wet anyway, so might as well. So wet and windy today, I'm not sure if my hat's gonna stay on. Right, quick one. While out for a run, because Kim and I have been away this weekend. I went to see a show in Cardiff. I went to see Garth Marenghi. I'm not explaining Garth Marenghi. If you know who he is, great, otherwise it's too difficult to explain. Fun coincidence, I sat down next to one of my ex-students, Scott. I sat in the wrong seat, but I still count that as a coincidence. After talking about evolution did we talk about evolution last week? I think we did. I thought we'd talk about skepticism and science. I've got another AI topic or two I want to talk about. Maybe we'll do those next week. I haven't really got time today. If we go outside, we can also check and see how autumn's getting on, can't we? When you do a science degree and a science PhD, you are not just taught facts, but you're taught to think critically and to be skeptical. You know, any experiment is a method of observing the world, and by observing the world you have to change things to observe whatever you want to observe. So there are inherently flaws in what we do in science, but we do our best to minimize them. And so when we talk about evolution, there's not a lot of data we can pull on. There are theories we can create. It's difficult to produce evidence, and certainly to do experiments that confirm or refute these ideas. So we talk about these things, and we are inherently skeptical about our own things. And in fact, when you're critically reviewing other work, you might be skeptical. But to be honest, I think, certainly I was, never more skeptical of results and data than when I was looking at my own work and my own results. And is that really true? Am I really confident enough in that data to publish that, to write it down and share it with my peers, which will then go up against scrutiny, will also be looked at with a critical eye and skepticism? Could I stand up at the front of a big scientific conference and present my data and be ready to take those questions? Anatomy is a science. It's pretty easy to be confident in, to an extent. Like gross anatomy, you can point at things and say, look at this thing, and it goes from here to here, and it does this thing. And then people who've injured that thing, you can say, look, this doesn't work anymore. And then you look at that in 1,000 cases, and your confidence increases even more. Wind keeps picking up. And confidence is a key term here, a key word, a key idea. Is that, you know, in some theories we have great confidence, and the more we look at experimental data, evidence around us, the more that fits with that theory, the more our confidence increases. But sometimes, or a lot of the time, you do some work, you do a study, and you are confident enough to present the results. Many or most of these papers end with, but more work should be done on this, and this, and this, or more work should be done in this way. And that's all about improving the confidence and improving the understanding of whatever system you're looking at. So skepticism in science is healthy, encouraged, it's a good thing. I mean, that's what science is about, right? It's about being questioning, and this is part of that questioning. So if somebody isn't open to questioning about an idea, a theory, a scientific topic, if they give you the impression that it's absolutely known, know everything about it, it's a done deal, no questions allowed, that raises red flags. You know, going to be a bit skeptical about that. sometimes it's like that with when you look at a topic superficially, and that's fine. Like when we're teaching very settled stuff, or we're giving that firm overview. The deeper you go, you start to then probe knowledge we don't have, things we don't know, and you get to that point of questioning where the person you're questioning comfortably says, we don't know. The weather has been unusually miserable this autumn. Since the end of summer, since term started at the beginning of September, we've been climbing outdoors twice. Normally we're climbing outdoors quite a lot in the autumn. You get kind of that Indian summer where you have a long dry period when the kids go back. No, this year. God, look how much water's in here. This is like an old reservoir. This is a dam I'm running on here. The water runs underneath. So from there, under there and out through there, you can just see it down there. I think it used to power the old brickworks. This is a great path, this. Oh. So you observe the world around you, you make a hypothesis about how it works, and you test that hypothesis, or you make a null hypothesis, kind of like the opposite, which it might actually be possible to disprove a null hypothesis. Rather, it might be possible to prove a null hypothesis than prove a hypothesis. Have I gone off track here? Maybe. Anyway, so with science, we observe the world around us, we make a hypothesis or theory, we collect evidence to support or refute that hypothesis or theory, and the more evidence there is to support that theory, the more confident we are about it. And then when evidence comes along that might refute that theory and suggest that it's wrong, then we have to rethink our model and get that new evidence to fit. And you know, we kind of love that. That is how human knowledge progresses. I would say that autumn is coming along very nicely. I think I'll run to the top of the bigger hill for the view. I gotta say, it looked miserable outside. The stream running down there, and you know, not the sort of day you want to go out into, but I've had a lovely time. And that is how you clean your shoes after a muddy run. By the way, I'm in no way suggesting that theory of evolution is not a really strong theory and really strong settled science, because it is. The more we look at the world around us, the more we study, the better everything fits that model. It's just getting stronger and stronger the more that we look at it. It's just that some specific parts of evolution are continuing, well, it's difficult to get direct evidence for, as I said last week, because when you're looking at the evolution of the nervous system, well, it evolved in soft squishy animals. So again, we use, oh, there's a big buzzard just popped up there. He's sat right on that branch, we can see him. Whoop, whoop. It's just some specific parts of how the world evolves is difficult to glean without a time machine.